Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Ram. Jaya Jagannath Baladeva Subhadra Jaya Sudarshana, Jagannath Baladeva Jaya Radha Madhava Radha Madhava Radha Madhava Shri Radhe Radha Madhava Radha Jaya Panchatattva 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 Jaya Panchatattva Tattva Panchatattva Jaya Jaya Prabhupada 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 Jaya Srila Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada 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 Jaya Srila Prabhupada Nitai Gora Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Gaur Hari Bol. श्री हरिनाम संकीर्तन के समवेत गौर भक्त वृंद के निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि हरि बोल. ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय. ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय. ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय. नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयर्मुदीरयेत्. नष्टप्रायेषु भद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवतीरुत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्ठिकी. मूकं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुलङ्घितेङ्गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरो दीनतारिणं परमानन्दं माधवं श्रीचैतन्येश्वरम्. ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः. श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपकदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं. वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरौ श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातां सहगणरघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधाकृष्णपादान् सहगणा ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च. नमो ओं विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्तस्वामिनिति नामिने. नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषशून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे. वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः. जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधार श्रीवास आदि गौर भक्त वृंद. हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे. Hare Krishna. So I'd like to welcome all devotees for today's morning's Srimad Bhagavatam Kaksha class. So today is Ulta Rath, so topic is just Ulta Rath. We don't have any sloka here. So devotees, many times they ask like, what should be the mood of Gaudiya Vaishnavas, especially for in connection with Ulta Rath, right? Siddha Rath we understand that we are getting Krishna from Dwarka back to Vrindavan. But what about Ulta Rath? Whether Mahaprabhu really himself took part in Ulta Rath, or like how when Mahaprabhu's associates, they used to visit Jagannath Puri every year for 4 months. And Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita speaks that all the festivals were celebrated by associates of Mahaprabhu. But Ulta Rath description doesn't come there. All the festivals means this is also one of the festival, Ulta Rath. So must be Mahaprabhu also would have been celebrating this Ulta Rath also. So for Gaudiya Vaishnavas, there is one angle of seeing Ratha, and also for those who are resident of Jagannath Puri Dham, they have also another way of view of seeing the Rath. So we see 2 angle of visions. One is from the angle of Mother Lakshmi, that's through Aishwarya, and another is from the angle of Srimati Radharani from Vrindavan. And Gaudiya Vaishnavas are most likely to Vrindavan, right? they are from the party of Srimati Radharani. So today we will see little bit of what is the angle of Mother Lakshmi, and also through the angle of Srimati Radharani. So we see this Ratha-yatra starts. I was hearing some years before one of the talk given by His Grace Madhavananda Prabhu. He is a Siksha disciple of His Holiness Gauragovind Goswami Maharaj. So Prabhuji had done a good research upon it, and he was describing. There was a podcast so in which he was describing. So actually Rath-yatra, the whole events that starts not only from Snan Yatra, but even before Snan Yatra. So before Snan Yatra, 4 days before, there is a Ekadasi comes. Everybody know that's the most famous Ekadasi for Gaudiya Vaishnavas, Nirjal Ekadasi. So on Nirjal Ekadasi, very special episode takes place in Sri Mandir every year. That's called marriage of Jagannath and Lakshmi. Sri. It's a Sri Mandir. So that marriage takes place on the very day of Nirjala Ekadasi. And all that rituals, whatever takes place in marriage, that takes place. And after that, that husband and wife, they move around the fire and their cloths are tied together. So Jagannath cloths and Sri Lakshmi's cloth were tied. They were duly married. And after that, for 4 days, they remain like that. So what happens? After 4 days, there is Snan Yatra, and Snan Yatra devotees, they bathe the Lord so much that Jagannath gets into sickness. So he becomes sick. Of course, newly married wife, she serves Jagannath, so nicely for next 15 days. And it is told that without even sleeping, she serves. So 15 days of intense service Mother Lakshmi gets. But suppose 15 days if you don't sleep, what will happen? Like one day only if you won't sleep, next day you won't be able to come for Mangal Arati, right? You feel like to sleep. So 15 days over, so Mother Lakshmi was feeling tired, so she actually felt asleep. So when Jagannath sees that she is now sleeping. So now let's go away from here. So he talks with sister Subhadra and Baldev, and they makes the plan. Let's go away from here, go to Vrindavan. And he goes to Vrindavan. And by the time he goes to Vrindavan, Mother Lakshmi wakes up and sees that, where is my husband? Where did he go? Without even informing me, where did he go? So she goes nearby, searches out what's the information. So at the end, she goes to Bimla Mandir to meet with Bimla. Because both are ladies, so they know what's going on. They know, Bimla knows the information. So Bimla tells that your husband has gone to Gundicha. So how to bring his intelligence back toward me? Like, I don't know, yatha yatha va vidhatu lampato. He's a lampat, first class lampat. I just slept for a while and he left. So Bimla Devi told, I can give you some remedy. I will give you this powder, churn. So go and do what? You go and just throw the whole powder upon the face of Jagannath. His intelligence will turn toward you. He will get more and more attached to you. So that's one remedy I can give that to you. So that's what she thinks, and she gets into man. For one day she gets into man, that sulkiness of feeling very destitute. She goes to the kitchen, wears very normal dress, and she takes only rice and spinach, very normal food. But still, she finds that he is not returning. Then she comes and gets into another mood of opulence, her real mood. She comes into opulence, she decorates herself very nicely, and she goes to attack, she goes to search out her own husband. So that's the fifth day, called, what's that? Hera Panchami. Hera Panchami. So she goes there along with her associates, and their associates are also very much into attacking mood. They attack, they starts breaking the Ratha, and she somehow gets into the Gundicha Mandir. And she doesn't speak to anybody. She doesn't speak to Jagannath also. He just her associates too. So she simply just goes and does her omelette, and after that she gets that churna, that powder from Bimla, and she just spreads over the face of Jagannath, and she returns back. So she returns back, and after that Jagannath understands that this lady is now really into very troublesome mood, so I have to do something. So then again they meet, all the Vrindavan Vasis along with Krishna, and Jagannath tells, I have to go. Okay, so you can go after 2 days. So after 2 days, he again returns back to Sri Mandir. And Sri Mandir also, it's not just very easy entry for Jagannath. So Jagannath, Baldev and Subhadra was given entry, and Jagannath was put outside. No, he was not allowed by Lakshmi's associates. And just to pacify her, now he started wearing a different types of dress, because she was thinking that what this useless fellow has to get there in Vrindavan. All village setting, simple food. Here Chappan Bhog we are giving, and he is going to village and wearing normal dress. Normal dress means common dress, like bhaktas they wear. So leaving the Sri Mandir and going there, so I don't know, he got crazy or something. So I will not allow him. So for that day, on the Sayana Ekadasi, Jagannath wears only gold ornaments. Only gold ornaments. So opulent, like most opulent dress, just to impress Shri that I have come in your mood. I'm back again to opulence mood. It is told 2 tons of gold is put on that very day. Means it's pure gold. Maybe 24 carats gold. So it's really opulent. So still you are not allowed. So he tells that it is not only that sometimes those who are, non-Hindus, they are not allowed. They don't allow even Jagannath. Forget about non-Hindu to not allowed. So at the end, this Rasgulla pastime takes place. Jagannath brings Rasgulla and feeds Lakshmi. Then she lets him in. So this is the pastime of Ulta Rath from the angle of Mother Lakshmi, Aishwarya. So then Prabhupada is telling that I searched out everywhere that what Puri's residents, they know about Mahaprabhu's Ulta Rath, Mahaprabhu attending Ulta Rath. So they told, no, Mahaprabhu never attended Ulta Rath. But actually it's mentioned in Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita. That is the book given by Sri Murari Gupta. So in that he writes that actually Mahaprabhu used to celebrate Ulta Rath also. And in that Ulta Rath, he used to have the mood of Braj Gopikas, when Akura visits Vrindavan, and then the news spreads throughout the whole Vrindavan why this Akura has come. Nanda Baba, he spreads this news that go and tell everybody, all the cowherd men, that tomorrow to assemble all the goods like presentations like milk and milk products, everything. We will go to Mathura and Krishna is also going. And the next day when this news came, this news were known to all the Braj Gopikas, they were like torn apart. So Mahaprabhu had this mood actually, and he was not, he never pulled the rath. Of course we have to pull, but Mahaprabhu didn't pull the rath in Ulta Rath. He was from the back side, he was going, maybe pulling backward. He was not going ahead, he was pulling backward. So that was the mood of Mahaprabhu, Ulta Rath. So today we like to discuss more directly. We like to read sloka by sloka from Srimad Bhagavatam, 10th canto, where this episode is going to take place. So this is a chapter. If you have the access, you can also go to your Android or whatever. So it is text, it is canto 10, chapter 39. So we know Lord's pastimes in Vrindavan is going to now get over. So when this demon called Aristasur was killed, Aristasur, the bull demon. So after Aristasur had been killed, Narad Muni visits to Kansa court and he tells that, see, Kansa, whoever you are sending in Vrindavan, everybody is dying. And good news for you that Krishna, Balaram, they are only killing everyone. You know it very well. So better you get them here in Mathura and somehow get them killed, or you yourself kill, or somehow do something. Otherwise, if they will grown up, now only they are so powerful. If they will grown up, how much powerful they would be. So Kansa thought, my God, very nice idea. Yes. So this is the way atheistic people, they understand. They try to figure out Krishna in their own way, material way, arithmetic way, right? So he thought, yeah, that's correct. Very nice. So how they will come? Because they know that I am his enemy. Yeah, do some arrangement. Make a big, huge festival. Make a really festival in such a way that you could call everybody. Call Vrindavan Vasis also. So you have to create a Malla Yuddha, a wrestling match. To see match, people, they go from throughout the whole India, right? Like suppose before our coming into Krishna Bhakti, we had been mad for seeing cricket matches live. I mean, not live on the phone, live, right? So we used to go from so far places to, if suppose here in Calcutta that is there. So Kansa, just to bring Krishna, he created a massive stadiums, right? Massive stadium. And after that, he was called. So Akura was called because Akura was a person who was very close to Kansa also, and also he was a good guy. Internally he was devotee, was somehow or other he was staying there. All who were devotees, they had already left in the fear of Kansa. That was the situation then. And those who were outside, or like Devaki and Vasudeva, they were put into jail. His father Ugrasen was also put into jail by Kansa. So next day, Kansa also sends 2 more demons to Vrindavan, and they were Kesi, and there was another demon also. Kesi and there was Vyomasur, yes, Kesi and Vyomasur. So Kesi was killed early morning before breakfast, and Vyomasur was killed in lunchtime. And that very day, Akura also starts his journey to Vrindavan. And there, because Mathura to Vrindavan not so very far. If you go through Rath, you will get to just maybe 1 hour, hardly. But Akura, he started at the dawn in Mathura. And while he reaches Vrindavan, it was like dusk. So a lot of contemplation, a lot of prayers, a lot of he was imagining how he will approach Krishna. He had so many desires. Then I will go to there, and then Krishna and Balaram will receive me. They will say, Uncle Akura, how are you? How everything is there? Then they will ask for food. Balaram will take me back inside, and he will ask some more questions. And whatever he anticipated, everything that's happened same way. And that very night, he stayed there, and at the end, Nand Baba asked Akura, why did you come? So everything was told that Kansa has made the plan, everything, because Akura is a devotee only inside. So he told that actually he has a plan of killing Krishna and Balaram. Krishna and Balaram, they laughed. And on the pretext of having a Malla Yudh, he is calling you all. So okay, they laughed. So okay. He tells Akura, uncle, tomorrow we'll go, don't worry, we'll take care, don't worry. So the news was spread throughout the whole Vrindavan. And when this Braj Gopika, they came to know about this, it was a devastating news for them. And then they start praying from here. So we'll see how much we can cover up quickly. From text 13 onwards. Gopyastata sadupashrutta bubhurvathita brisham Ram Krishno purim netum akruram brajamagatam. When the young Gopis heard that Akrura had come to Braj to take Krishna and Balaram to the city, they became extremely distressed. Kaschit tad krita hrittapa swasamlan mukhashriya sramsad dukula valaya kesha granthascha kaschana. Some Gopis felt so pained at heart that their faces turned pale from their heavy breathing. Others were so anguished that their dresses, bracelets and braids became loose. Anyansa tad anudhyana nivritta shesha vrittayaha nabhajanyan imam lokam atma lokam gataiva. Other Gopis entirely stopped their sensory activities and became fixed in meditation on Krishna. They lost all awareness of the external world, just like those who attain the platform of self-realization. Purport. The Gopis were in fact already on the platform of self-realization. The Chaitanya Charitamrita states, Jivira Sarupa Hoy Krishnera Nitya Das. The self or individual soul is an eternal servant of Krishna. Thus, because they were rendering the most intense loving service to the Lord, the gopis were situated at the highest stage of self-realization. So here this comparison is given that gopis, they attain the platform of self-realization, just like those who attain the platforms. But in fact, gopis are far elevated than those who attain the platform of self-realization. Smarantascha shaurer anuragasmiteritaah hridisprishaschitrapada giraha sammumoho striyaha. And still other young women fainted simply by remembering the words of Lord Sauri, Krishna. These words, decorated with wonderful phrases and expressed with affectionate smiles, would deeply touch the young girls' hearts. Agatim solalitam cheshtam snigdhasavalokanam shokapahani narmani prodhyamacharitani cha chintayantyo mukundasya bhita viraha katarah sametah sanghashah prochur shrumukhyo chutashayah. The gopis were frightened at the prospect of even the briefest separation from Lord Mukunda. So now, as they remembered his graceful gait, his pastimes, his affectionate, smiling glances, his heroic deeds, and his joking words, which would relieve their distress, they were beside themselves with anxiety at the thought of the great separation about to come. They gathered in groups and spoke to one another, their faces covered with tears and their minds fully absorbed in Achyuta. So this is, they are together in Vrindavan, but still they are feeling pangs of separation in union. So Sri Gopeuchu. Aho vidhatastav nakkachidaya sanyojya metra pranayena dehinaha tasakritarthan vinakshaparthakam vikriditam terbhaka chestitam yatha. The gopis said, O Providence, you have no mercy. You bring embodied creatures together in friendship and love and then senselessly separate them before they fulfill their desires. This whimsical play of yours is like a child's game. So they are comparing Vidhata to be like child only. The child is, you don't have daya. Yastam pradarshasita kuntalavritam mukunda vaktram sukapola munnasam shokapano dasmitalesha shundaram karosi parokchama sadute kritam. Having shown us Mukunda's face, framed by dark locks and beautified by his fine cheeks, raised nose, and gentle smiles, which eradicate all misery, you are now making that face invisible. This behavior of yours is not at all good. Kruras tomakrura samakhyayasmanas chakshurhidattam harase batagyavat yenaike dese khila sarga saushtavam twadiyam adrakshmayayam madhudvishaha. O Providence, though you come here with the name Akrura, you are indeed cruel. You are not Akrura, you are Krura. They are saying. For like a fool, you are taking away what you once gave us, those eyes with which we have seen. Even in one feature of Lord Madhudvisha's form, the perfection of your entire creation. So, in love they were cursing Akrura. Similar that pastime that took place in Navadip, when Mother Sachi was telling Advaita to be, he is not Dvaita, he is a Dvaita, not Dvaita, Daitya, right? He is a Daitya. In Bangla, Uva gets silent, so it becomes Daitya. He is not Advaita, he is a Daitya. Similarly, Gopis are telling he is not Akrura, he is a Krura. So, O Vidhata, you have sent this person Akrura, but actually you are sending a person called Krura. Nananda sonu chanabhanga saurida shamikchate na svikrita turabata vihaya gehan swajanan sutan patin taddas madhopagata navapriyaha. Alas, Nanda's son, who breaks loving friendship in a second, will not even look directly at us. Forcibly brought under his control, we abandon our homes, relatives, children, and husbands just to serve him, but he is always looking for new lovers. Sukham prabhata rajaniyamashishah satya babhuvu purayoshitam dhruvam yasam pravishtasya mukham vrajaspate pasyanta pangot kalitasmita savam. The dawn following this night will certainly be auspicious for the women of Mathura. All their hopes will now be fulfilled, for as the Lord of Braj enters their city, they will be able to drink from his face the nectar of a smile emanating from the corners of his eyes. They are anticipating the good fortune of Mathura's girls. Tasam mukundo madhumanju bhasitair grihita chittah paravan manashvapi katham punarnah pratiyasyate bala gramya salajjasmita vibhramer brahman. O Gopis, although our Mukunda is intelligent and very obedient to his parents, once he has fallen under the spell of the honey-sweet words of the women of Mathura and been enchanted by their alluring, shy smiles, how will he ever return to us unsophisticated village girls? So they are thinking that they are very, they're not so sophisticated devotees, sophisticated girls, so that Krishna could reciprocate with them. Once Krishna will get into the city, with the relationship with the city girls, means he will simply forget us. So that's the remote. But we know that that's love is the topmost, right? As told by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. What he tells? Ramya kachit upasana vrajvadhu vargenaya kalpita. So that is the topmost mode of worship. How Vraj Gopikas, they had worshipped the Lord. Adya dhruvam tatra drisho bhavishyate dasharya bhojandaka vrishni satvatam mahotsava shri ramanam gunaspadam drakshanti ye chadvani devaki sutam. When the Dasaras, Bhojas, Andhakas, Vrishnis and Satvatas see the son of Devaki in Mathura, they will certainly enjoy a great festival for their eyes, as will all those who see him travelling along the road to the city. After all, he is the darling of goddess of fortune and the reservoir of all transcendental qualities. Maitadvidhasya karunasya nam bhut akrura ittetadadivatarunam yosavanasvasya sudukhitam janam priyat priyam nishyati paramadvanaha. He who is doing this merciless deed should not be called Akrura. He is so extremely cruel that without even trying to console the sorrowful residents of Vraj, he is taking away Krishna, who is more dear to us than life itself. Anardadhire sasamastito ratham tamanvami cha tvarayanti durmadaha gopayanobhisthavirerupekshitam daivam chanodya pratikulamihate. Hard-hearted Krishna has already mounted the chariot. See, so these are all different gopis speaking different slokas. So now the foolish cowherds are hurrying after him. So they're telling us, foolish cowards, they do not understand what they are doing. Then they're so busy keeping Krishna away from them. So foolish cowards are hurrying after him in their bullock carts. Even the elders are saying nothing to stop him. Today fate is working against us. Srila Sridhar Swami reveals that Gopis thought these foolish cowherd men and elders are not even trying to stop Krishna. Don't they realize they are committing suicide? They are helping Krishna go to Mathura, but they will have to come back to Vrindavan and will certainly die in his absence. The whole world has become nonsensical. Nivarayama samupetta madhavam kimno karishyan kuludvidda bandhavaha mukunda sangani mishada dustaja daivena vidvansita dina chetasam. Let us directly approach Madhav and stop him from going. What can our family elders and other relatives do to us? Now that fate is separating us from Mukunda. Our hearts are already wretched, for we cannot bear to give up his association even for a fraction of a second. Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti describes what the Gopis thought. Let us go right up to Krishna and pull at his clothes and hands and insist that he get down from his chariot and stay here with us. We will tell him, don't bring upon yourself the sinful reactions for murdering so many women. But if we do that, said other Gopis, our relatives and village elders will discover our secret love for Krishna and abandon us. But what can they do to us? Yes, our lives are already wretched. Now that Krishna is leaving, we have nothing to lose. So they're feeling like when everything will get revealed that we are in sacred love with Krishna, then our life will be in difficulties. Others are saying, our life is already wretched in separation with Krishna. So anyway, so let's do something so that Krishna could be, stopped here. Krishna should not go out. Our lives are already wretched. Now that Krishna is leaving, we have nothing to lose. That's right. We will remain in Vrindavan forest just like presiding goddesses. And then we can fulfill our true desire to stay with Krishna in the forest. Yes. And even if the elders and our relatives punish us by beating us or locking us up, we can still live happily with the knowledge that Krishna is residing in our village. Some of our girlfriends who are not imprisoned will cleverly find a way to bring us the remnants of Krishna's food, and then we can remain alive. But if Krishna is not stopped, we will certainly die. So they are anticipating, if we'll go and try to stop Krishna, then maybe we'll be like thrown away from our houses. Then we'll stay in jungle. And those who are kept captive, those girls in the house, they will get some prasadam from Krishna. So in this way we'll live. Yasyanuraga lalita smita valgu mantra lila valoka parirambanara goshtam nitasmana chachanami vachanada vinatam gopya katham nati tarematamo durantam. When he brought us to the assembly of Rasa dance, where we enjoyed his affectionate and charming smiles, his delightful secret talks, his playful glances and his embraces, we passed many nights as if they were a single moment. O Gopis, how can we possibly cross over the insurmountable darkness of his absence? So for the Gopis, a long time in Krishna association passed like a moment, and a single moment in absence seemed like a very long time. Yona chaya vrajamananta sakha parito gopair vishan khurraja shuritalakasrak vedum kwanan smita kataksha nirikshanena chittam chinoti amamritenu katham bhavema. How can we exist without Ananta's friend Krishna, who in the evening would return to Vraj in the company of the cowherd boys, his hair and garland powdered with the dust raised by the cow's hoofs. As he played his flute, he would captivate our minds with his smiling sidelong glances. Yeah. So, like this the description goes. Now Srila Sukadeva Goswami speaks. Sri Shuka Uvacha Evam bruvana virahatura bhrisham brajashriya Krishna vishakta manasah visrijja lajjam ruruduhusma suswaram govinda damodara madhaveti. Sukadeva Goswami said, after speaking these words, the ladies of Vraj, who were so attached to Krishna, felt extremely agitated by their imminent separation from him. They forgot all shame and loudly cried out, Oh Govinda, oh Damodar, oh Madhava. For a long time the Gopis had carefully hidden their conjugal love for Krishna. But now that Krishna was leaving, the Gopis were so distressed that they could no longer hide their feelings. Strīṇāmevam rudanti mudite savitaryat akruraschodhyamasa kritametrādiko. But even as Gopis cried out in this way, Akrura, having at sunrise performed his morning worship and other duties, began to drive the chariot. So according to some Vaishnava authorities, Akrura offended the Gopis by not consoling them when he took Krishna to Mathura. And because of this offense, Akrura was later forced to leave Dwarka and be separated from Krishna during the episode of Samantaka Jewel. So at that time, Akrura had to take up an ignoble residence in Varanasi. Apparently, Mother Yashoda and the residents of Vrindavan were not crying like the Gopis, for they sincerely believed Krishna would be coming back within a few days. So one has to be very, very sensitive while dealing with the devotees. So Akrura was doing his duty. He was very busy in his own rasa with Krishna. But he didn't consider how to reciprocate, how to deal with what's happening with other devotees. And because of that, there was a big offense. And then because of that offense, he got into conspiracy. That was also seemingly against Krishna. So, like this, now we don't want to go further because we want to keep Krishna in Vrindavan of our heart. So, like this, some little description of what was the mood of Gopis on the same very night. So, they were not sleeping. Whole day they were lamenting, whole night they were lamenting. So others were not so busy, the others were not so much concerned, but Gopis were really concerned. Others were thinking, okay, he will go and after seeing the match he will come back. But Gopis, they really understood that he may not come back also. Okay, so with these few words, I would like to pause here. Hare Krishna. Granthashand Bhagavatam ki Gaur Premanande. Hare Hare.